Okay, so today is the day when there's first snow of the year and it's the time to change the tires to the car. Grass is still green, but there's snow. It's fucking cold in here. As you can see, we are in Finland. The gas prices are outrageous. There is a bit of snow on the ground and all the signs are incomprehensible. I'm gonna share my pro tips with you today to make your tire change faster and more comfortable. Tip number 1, proper clothing. Dealing with the car is really messy, so wear proper stuff so you can handle the tires without getting too dirty, which takes us to the tip number 2. It is much nicer to work on a car that has been just washed. So wash yours before you start changing the tires. Here you can take a selfie with the car wash machine and select the wash. I'm gonna take the one that scratches the car the most, and then it recognizes the license plate. And what a miracle of technology. After washing the car, it's always proper to test the power window whether it still works. Moro, 1 tupla, kiitos. Thank God for near field payment. Yes, kiitos. There we go. Doggy bag. We still have to remember that even though every place is full of ice, we still have the deadly tires underneath that slip for no reason. Now we have a clean car. Let's get back to the garage. Get a heated garage space. It makes the work way more comfortable. Have to do some illegal parking here in order to change the tires. It is important that you have the proper tools for the job. For example, I'm super bored of carrying the tires around, so I have the little cart for those. Proper gloves that can resist oil. You have a torque wrench that fits your tires. This tool is a broom handle with a stainless steel wire that has been bent into shape. As you can see, there's a small hole in the ornament here. You just use the tool to put it in the hole and just pull the ornament out. While I work, I love to listen to some tunes from YouTube audio library. You take the torque wrench, go through all the 5 bolts without lifting the car up first. This loosens them up so you can easily remove them while you lift the car up. Like so. Under the car there's a small arrow here which tells you the place where you need to lift. You move your thing underneath there and you lift. I have a small tool that helps with that. It's made out of wood. Just a slot that fits the bottom of the car and between the that way I can grab the car with a bit larger surface area, so I have less chance of damaging the car. Always remember to set the handbrake. My lift here is a bit unusual. It has lower lift ratio than most of the lifts have. That means with just a couple of pumps I should be able to lift the car, but I have to use more force on the lever. The tires I have a text-based wear level indicator. There should be a 4, 6 and 8 there, and as you can see the 8 has worn out, meaning these are about 6 millimeter groove depth, so they are still legal to drive with. You can take some old piece of carpet to sit on, make the job a bit more easy. Easy on the Then you take your torque wrench, just get rid of the bolts one by one. After you have loosened the screws, you can use a chrome extension on the torque wrench to give yourself a bit handier tool to get rid of the bolts. Then you can use a magnetic tray to keep the bolts in check. This is of course better if you have a proper rattle gun for this, but I do this so rarely that I haven't invested in one. Use your leg to keep the tire in place so it doesn't rest on the bolt. Like that. Then you just take off the old wheel. Put it on the side, and while you're here, you check the brake pads. Yeah, this seems to be fine, both. These are actually quite new here, so I don't need to do anything about them. You check that everything is in order here. Yep. And then you get the new wheel in. Always remember to check the rotation, so it points like the tire is spinning, so you don't put them backwards. Then you just lift it in place. And gently screw it in, starting from the bottom one. And when the bottom one is tightly there, the tire should be easier to bolt from the others. Like so. Then we lower the car and we tighten it with the torque wrench. This is why you need hydraulics. You don't need to be doing this all day and all night. Changing the tires is already a pain in the Invest in proper tools. And remember, you can always make yours. Then you take your torque wrench you set it to whatever your car manual says. Mine says 120 Newton meters. Seems to be in place. Take the extension off. And then you tighten them. Because I have 5 bolts here, how to tighten them is every other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You keep going until the torque wrench clicks, like so. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Always count 5 clicks. And you remember to after tighten these after about 100 kilometers. So you need to keep the tool in your car until then to remind you. This one is done. Let's do the other tires. Now all the tires have been changed. And everything is done. Except for still have to check the tire pressures. You can usually get the correct pressures from the driver's side door. There's a sticker here that tells you the pressures you need to inflate the tires to. I have to up the pressure about half a bar. Perfect.